and shout out to Kawhi
like
for whooping up on LeBron again. Look, we are
back. Don't boo the man.
Never boo the man. They were stupid. But no matter what, listen, we are back. Welcome to Two Dudes and a Mexican with a little mashup of Pete's Corner. I'm your host, Peter Soprano. To my right, resident Mexican, David Quinones.
Órale, mi gente.
And it's been a while because we took a little Sunday off because everybody seemed to be gone. I was in AC. People couldn't make it. You were at the game, so...
Yeah, I wish I wasn't at the game.
Yeah, so it seems like it was a long trip, but we're finally back together. And for the first time now, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on iHeartRadio. We're on everything, YouTube, everything that you can think of. There's no excuse for you to not to pay attention to us. So this is a big standard now that we got to stay up to now, Dave.
Right,
so with that said, we got to get right into it. And because we're mashing up Pete's Corner and Two Dudes and a Mexican, we want to give you the picks early for this week just so you guys can have your picks and put them in. And then from then on, then we can go into a little bit more analysis on everything. But this week, after I went a 3-0 week from college football last week, we're going into it again. And I just want to give Dre's picks to get him out of the way because he's not here. Nobody knows why he's not here.
Fired.
Vic's not here, so we don't know why he's not here.
He's a diva.
One dude and a Mexican.
Yeah, exactly.
Not really
so,
two dudes, so one dude and a Mexican, I guess.
I know. I mean,
they got more. They got more important things to do than.
And we can still call it Pete's Corner, but with one person in the corner, that's not much of a corner. But just to give you Dre's picks real quick, this week he has Oregon -14. His second pick is Utah -21, and he also has Michigan money line. Now I'm going to explain a little bit with the Michigan game. If you bet that game 3 hours ago, Michigan was the favorite, so you wouldn't have been allowed to do it. If you bet it now, right now, Notre Dame is the favorite. That's how much that line is moving so much. So we're actually going to just call that game an even spread because it's either 1 point one way or 1 point the other way. So that's his underdog pick for the week. He's getting away with it a little bit, but we'll say that's his underdog pick for the week. Now, there's 3 huge games in college football this week, and I'm going to pick all 3 of them. So let's start it off with the first pick, which I think is my favorite pick of the week. You got LSU versus Auburn. LSU is a 10-point favorite. A couple days ago, they were like 11.5-point favorite, but the line is starting to come down a little bit. LSU, to me, has been the best team or second best team in college football this year. And Auburn, I've been calling them at Florida the overrated teams in the SEC anyway. So for me, it's an easy pick to say LSU is going to win this and cover it by 10. What do you think about it?
Yeah, listen, I agree. Listen, LSU, one of those top teams in the country. Obviously, their quarterback is possibly going to be Heisman Trophy winner. So who knows? I mean, he's looking good this year. That offense is looking good. I definitely agree. Easy pick on that game.
Agree with that. Now, on to the second game, and this game will be the early game, 12 o'clock. Get right up. And even though we saw last week one of the biggest upsets, Wisconsin getting knocked off. Like, seriously? Like, Wisconsin was rolling through teams. They were top 5, top 6 team in the country. Dominated Michigan a couple weeks ago. And the week before they have to have their big game against Ohio State, they completely shit the bed. Like, I don't get it. But with that being said, I think some of the bettors now are pushing too much the other way. I still think Wisconsin is a good team. They're a 14-point underdog to Ohio State. A team that was ranked 6th just a week ago is now a 14-point underdog. I'm not that confident in Ohio State. Ohio State has played great this year, but I'm not confident that they're going to beat them by 2 touchdowns, especially when Wisconsin can run the football that well. I'm actually picking Wisconsin to not beat them, even though I think it is possible they can beat them. We've seen Ohio State shit the bed too. I think Wisconsin will definitely cover that 14-point spread.
Yeah, listen, I agree with you on that one also. I think Ohio State wins this game. Obviously, that loss to Illinois last week was disappointing for Wisconsin, but I think they're going to come back. So yeah, no, I mean, he looks like a genius now, right?
Exactly.
So, but I think it's going to be a close game. Like you said, you mentioned, Wisconsin has probably, the best back in all of college football.
Dominant.
So, I mean, he's just been destroying teams. Disappointing loss, to say the least. I think they bounce back with a better performance in this game, but I still have Ohio State. I think that offense is rolling with Fields, commanding at the helm, and they just look so good right now. So natural and easy stuff.
They do look good. I just have been burned by Ohio State in the past, where I thought that they were getting that dominant team.
So now you don't want to.
It's tough to trust them.
I don't want to touch them
Like,
anymore.
I can understand them winning. I get that, but I just think that there'll be something where Wisconsin maybe does what Michigan did last week with Penn State, and they cover at the last second.
Yeah,
get the
that could be
last
it too,
touchdown
so-
on that. So with that said, I'm gonna go directly against Dre when he picked Michigan because I'm not going with Coach Khaki. I'm never going with Coach Khaki. So he's gonna pick Michigan on that side. I'm picking Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is gonna win that game. And now you gotta make a choice. Are you picking my side or picking Dre's
No.
side?
I'm dead. Listen. I'm dead. I think you can say. I think you could perfectly easily make this statement and say, two dudes and a Mexican. Yeah, we're anti-Khaki.
Yeah.
Mr. Khaki. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going against Mr. Khaki also.
Yes.
Listen, I'm going with the Fighting Irish. I think they'll pull this win out. So and like you said, this betting line is crazy how it moves.
It jumps so much.
And it's crazy because timing is everything with these bets. I mean, I'm not a betting man, but I see it when you guys talk about this stuff. I mean, timing is everything. So
It's amazing because lines don't usually change that much within a random day of the week. Like you may see it on game day where like some news comes out and then somebody puts a big bet on somebody. But to change 2 points within a matter of like 3 hours, like to go from Notre Dame being a 1 point underdog to a 1 point favorite in
Crazy.
3 hours
That's crazy.
on a Wednesday. It's not on Saturday. On a Wednesday, it's just completely crazy. And it's hard to explain. Maybe a couple of millionaires decided to put a bunch of money on Notre Dame today, but it's just very, very weird. So once again, just to recap, Dre's 3 picks: Oregon -14, Utah -21, and Michigan money line. While I'm going with LSU -10, Wisconsin +14, and Notre Dame money line. I don't know what the hell.
what is this music? That's not mariachi music.
Yeah, that's definitely not.
You're off. You're
But-
off.
but-
Sorry, our producer's a little off. Right
Yeah,
now.
that's
Might have had a little too much wine.
But with that said, Dave, we have now moved on to the World Series.
Yes, sir.
We had game 1 last night. It was a good game, close game. Wasn't as well pitched as we thought it would have been.
Ooh.
With 2 aces. But we finally have the Houston Astros and the Washington Nationals, the Nats as I like to call them, in the World Series. What's your take on the series?
Listen, it's going to be a good series. Obviously, their rotation, well, the Nationals rotation versus the Houston Astros rotation. Not too surprised that they lost game 1, just because, obviously Houston lost game 1 to the Yankees. They still came back in day 1 and 6. So, it's going to be a good series. In my opinion, I still like the Stros. Again, they're not as well rested as the Nationals, but I mean they just find a way. Listen, people probably didn't talk about it yesterday or realize it, but the Nationals have seen Jarrett Cole. So where did he come from? He came from the National League. So a little disappointing on his performance. Scherzer was a little bit better.
Proud of his
He only lasted like
performance.
5 innings.
Proud of his performance.
So, but Houston, you saw, they almost came back. They almost made it a game.
If you're not first, you're last.
The biggest, for the Nationals, Juan Soto just keeps rising to the occasion. And he
When
keeps
does he turn 21 again?
keeps
Like
getting
a
those
couple
big
days?
hits. It's crazy. I mean, I think they were saying he's.
He's not even 21.
Yeah, he's only 21.
I think he reached a stat like Andrew Jones, right?
Yeah, like 4th youngest player that hit a home run in the World
Crazy,
Series.
man, crazy. So I think it's going to be a great series. Listen, you're going to have to see Jarrett Cole at least 2 more times. You're
No.
probably going to see Verlander 2.
That's in
2
4.
times in this series. So you're still going to have to face the guy. So I still think the Astros take in 6. And again, I think this turns out just like the series before.
Listen, I don't care.
Challenge that.
I don't care.
Challenge that.
If anybody calls me biased, I'll admit my bias with this. Screw the Nats.
Well, listen, I follow your bias also. I don't let the Nats either. Like I told you guys before, I didn't like them, especially with Bryce Harper. So I don't like them just a little bit less now. So, but I really don't.
very
Just
little bit.
less?
Just a little bit less. Now that Bryce Harper's not good.
Yeah, Bryce Harper's still. So,
Yeah,
but I really don't like the Nats. I'm not going to pick them to win the World Series. I think the Houston Astros hitting, I think it just was a little bit short last night. They had their chances.
Yep.
We saw Altuve up with a chance to tie the game. We saw they had Springer hit the double. I think if he had, listen, as much as people want to get Acuna, every player doesn't always hustle coming out of the blocks because I saw Springer
Yeah.
hit that ball off the wall.
And he was bouncing up and down like the
if
ball was going out.
If he ran hard straight out there, he would have been at third, and Altuve hit would have got him home. That fly to center field.
So that's a
and it
big
would have been a tie
difference.
game. So I don't want to hear all Braves fans and everybody just keep jumping on the 21-year-old kid when a lot of other players do it too. We've seen people hit home runs. We've seen Yankees. We've seen every team hit home runs and they stare at it for a second. We saw Didi do that with the grand slam.
Yeah.
He stared down the line until it went foul. So it went fair. So every player does it. Like there's no point to be jumping on a 21-year-old because he did it in
Acuna did it a lot.
game. So listen.
Acuna did it a lot. Just trade him to the Yankees. You don't need that shit.
Nobody's going to the Yankees, man. Listen, they don't want to spend money
Yankees
anymore.
want everybody,
They,
yeah.
and they don't want to spend money anymore. Cashman decided to cut off everybody.
He's a fucking dick. Doesn't know how to fucking get picturing. That's why I said, Cashman, you're a dick.
So that's not part of the member. Listen, we're on a big screen now with YouTube and everything.
Yeah,
we're,
Mr.
we're
Cashman,
not, we're not saying that.
We didn't really mean that. Our producer's just a little upset of last series.
We're not going to say that.
Just ignore him.
But the point is that I think the Houston Astros are going to the World Series. Oh, excuse me, going to win the World Series. I'm going to
Who?
pick them. The Houston Astros.
Astros.
You going to throw the flag on me too?
Oh, he is.
Oh my God.
He's just a little upset. That's all. So it's
Listen,
okay.
don't be mad that they won. It's all right. Don't be mad.
I don't blame him. I guess.
It's all right. So we have a guest that is calling in now. So can you say what your name is?
Oh,
sir?
so it's not one dude in Mexican now. It's two dudes.
Oh,
in
look. Oh, it was Victor.
Good.
It's Victor.
Oh, it's the
So
second
we are live
dude.
on the show with Victor, the host of Two Dudes and a Mexican, who decided not to show up tonight. And we were just.
Come on, guys. I decided not to show up tonight. Had a work event that I had to go to. If not, they probably kicked me out of the committee. So,
Oh, he's in a committee now. Wow.
So the committee's more important than the show, then I guess that's what you're saying.
It's Hispanic Heritage Month, so I'm in a Hispanic committee. And I haven't been to the last 10, 12 meetings. And I haven't
So
been-
you're kicked out for tonight?
So today was your last chance then to stay in the committee, or else they would kick you
Basically,
out.
it's like the show on Netflix, Last Chance You. That's basically
All right, so Vic, we just went over our picks for the World Series. Both of us picked Houston. Dave picked them at 6. I didn't give a number, but I'll probably say they win it in 7. What's your thoughts on the World Series?
I'll throw a flag right now. Throw a
He
flag.
already
threw the flag.
He already threw it twice. He already threw it twice. And we threw it back twice.
Yeah.
Right. I got the math and six boys.
Fuck that.
I really don't like the key. I just think taking out Garrett Cole. I would have said this a couple days ago, but seeing their offense put up numbers against Garrett Cole and Verlander, and then after Verlander to drop to Greinke, and then what do they do for Game 4? Who are they going to put out there for Game 4? Meanwhile, Strasburg's going tonight. Then you got Patrick Corbin on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, and then Saturday you're gonna have Anibal Sanchez, who I took a tough on, but he proved me wrong. So I like the Nats in 6. I like their anti-analytics. You saw the Nats yesterday. Bunt, steal, move runners over, and then this guy Juan Soto, man, like he might be the greatest. In like 5 years he might be the best player in baseball. Maybe even sooner. He might in 3 years he might be the best player in baseball, in my opinion.
Really think-
He's the new Andrew Jones.
Oh wow, that means they're gonna lose against the New England.
Yeah, they got on you a little bit for your baseball analysis. You're trying to redeem on Twitter. You're trying to redeem yourself for it.
What did I say?
No, when all you said was on Soto is special. They tried. Some people.
It was Captain Obvious. If you don't like it, like Romero, I'm gonna go get banned and send his news since it's already out on Twitter.
All right, so with that said, we are also opening the NBA season, and we got to make our picks. We saw Kawhi give his hey to start the show and beat up on the Lakers last night. What's your analysis on who's going to be in the NBA Finals this year?
So we're doing a super early hot take.
Yeah, you might as well. The season started. We got to get it out there.
Well, I said this in the summer when all this stuff was happening. I picked the Clippers to beat the Celtics in the NBA Finals. I'm gonna stay with that. I think Kawhi was a chance. Kawhi. Why do I keep saying that?
Kawhi?
Kawhi. I said that last time. Kyrie. I think Kyrie is a cancer, and any Brooklyn Nets fans who think that their team is gonna get better because they're younger and they have Kyrie. Obviously, Durant's not here this year, but Kyrie's a cancer. He's gonna kill any momentum your young players have. We saw that last year. I think Kemba Walker's a better addition to the Celtics they had a championship team, or at least an Eastern Conference championship team before Kyrie got there. And now they're getting a better team player, not something that's selfish, not someone who thinks the world is flat. I like the Celtics to make it to the Eastern, to the NBA Finals from the East, and I like the Clippers. I mean, you saw what they did yesterday. Paul George is the third best defender, and he's not even there yet. Imagine that. Imagine Paul George being the third best defender on your team.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
And you literally just beat the Lakers by like 11 points or 10 points yesterday.
Because they booed him, that's why. You don't do that.
Yeah, how you gonna boo him at home? I don't care how many Lakers fans are under there. The Clippers fans should have rised up and cheered louder for him.
Yeah, exactly. And what's up with the Clippers in their Brooklyn Nets home court?
Yeah.
Pretty trash.
Well, they have a new uniform this year. They have black uniforms, so they tried to have it match the court. So they just I thought it was weird that they wore the blue, even though they had a black court. They should have worn the new black uniforms.
Go back to the red, white, and blue. Come on. You're the Clippers. You're not the Nets. You don't want to be the Nets. You don't want to have a cancer like Kyrie.
Well, they also want to get rid of the look of the old Clippers style. I mean, we all know the Clippers as losers. They want to actually be known as winners now.
Well, I mean, they got the right guy to be known as winners.
They definitely do. They definitely do. So we want to hold you up from your plans tonight. You can have all the committee fun that you want to have. So we're gonna.
Listen, make sure you push the show, man, on your committee or at your meeting. Sure
I know we made the announcement. We're everywhere.
I already pushed the show. There's a Mexican on the show. Gail Harrison month. And yeah.
I like it.
Trust me, I got you guys.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about, man.
All right. So thanks for joining us for a little bit.
Did Drake show up?
No,
he didn't
he didn't show up.
We got him too.
He said he's at work also. So.
Yeah, he said he's at work.
You don't see him there somewhere?
At least I can call in, though.
I was about to say that. At least he called in.
I'm in a storage room at the Copacabana.
Oh my God.
I'll send you a pic. I'll send you a pic of where I am right now.
God.
Do this spot interview. I'm here with a lot of bottles of, I think, Patron.
Nice.
I'm sure they're gonna kick me out when they find me, but I'll send you a pic of where I'm at. You can tweet it. This is where I did this interview.
All right. Well, thanks for at least making the effort to call in on Like Dre.
Yeah,
we appreciate it. And have fun this weekend, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to Michigan to see Notre Dame and Michigan.
Who wins that game?
I got Notre Dame by 10.
All right.
Going to
We both picked Notre Dame, but your boy Dre picked Michigan.
Oh, he's terrible. Coach Paxton early.
And hence,
And then I'm flying
two dudes in Mexico.
from Detroit to Boston Logan Airport.
He's going to the game.
Taking a ride to Foxborough.
First time?
Browns and Patriots. I'm going to be blowing the shit out of Odell and Baker Mayfield. First time you ever hear me root for the Patriots ever.
Wow.
So, 2 and 5.
Flag on that?
Guys might be 3 and 5.
There's got to be a flag.
No.
Did you hear that?
You're
Are you
rooting for the
serious?
Patriots, and you
A
never
yellow,
throw
give me a
flag,
damn
really?
yellow flag
You throw
at
a
least.
flag at me every 5 seconds, and you ain't throw a flag for
How
a
is he
Giants
gonna
fan
root
for the
for-
Patriots?
yeah.
He's handcuffed. He's handcuffed. He can't.
Oh,
He has to. He has no choice but to root for the
No,
Pats.
bullshit. No
ridiculous.
way. Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Are you at least going to wear your Giant gear to the stadium?
I have giant gloves.
Oh, what the fuck? Hey, oh, he threw the red flag on you! Bob threw the red flag on you! He
Gotta
said,
wear the
how
whole
the
thing.
fuck are you
You
going
said
to do
you gotta wear
that?
the whole thing.
You show our colors because you know why? We are daddy to them. We are daddy.
You want me to wear my Odell jersey? That's like the only
No, don't wear
Nah.
You gotta have another jersey.
he just threw the yellow
yellow
flag.
flag for that
He
one.
just flag for the fucking Odell jersey. Oh my God, you're out. You're out, bro. You're out, man. Oh, you're out. You're out, dude. You're done.
Listen, but thanks for calling in. You can go and root for the Patriots now.
Oh yeah, enjoy.
And we will see you next Wednesday back here.
Make sure you got your Tom Brady sign nice and neat, okay?
Go Tom Brady.
I'm only there for Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, my guy.
Oh man. All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
Brother. Later.
He should get the hoodie with no sleeves.
Yeah. He's a Giants fan rooting for the Patriots.
I don't understand that.
That's like illegal. Like, what
Yeah.
is that?
I don't know.
Now it's illegal that he's going over there without flying our colors. Gloves.
Gloves.
Should have everything. He should have everything.
Yeah.
But Dave, we started talking about the NBA a little bit, and we saw Kawhi how dominant he was. I said last night, that team that he had in the Clippers without Paul George was better than the Toronto team. Like I thought the people that he had there with Lou Williams, with Patrick Beverly, with Montez Harrell, with all those guys he had there, I thought that secondary cast was better than what he had with Toronto. So now when you add a Paul George in there, how far can they go?
I mean, I think they can go real far. Obviously, chemistry is going to have to be there. But listen, Kawhi, I mean, I think in everybody, in a lot of people's eyes, I think he's elevated himself to being the best player in the NBA right now, man. Especially with Durant out and what he did last year. I mean, he's got the ring. Listen,
It's confirmed.
Kawhi is, in my opinion, Kawhi
Vic actually
is,
did the interview from a closet.
It's confirmed.
Kawhi is probably one of maybe I'll say 4 of those special players in the NBA. You insert them anywhere, and they just your percentage goes
A
way
natural,
through, so.
pure natural athlete.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
could-
just impact
Yeah.
player.
'Cause he doesn't both
he
offensive and
just does it.
Yeah.
He does everything. I mean, he's just an unbelievable player, unbelievable athlete. A little weird, obviously, with
Yeah.
his
Hey.
things that he does.
Embrace your quirkiness.
But listen, I mean, it is a new team, so sometimes obviously you got to be wary about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if their chemistry is on point, especially when
Well, they look like they
George is
played
there,
with each other for years.
Yeah, without George, we gotta see if George actually disrupts the chemistry. Because with what they
Who
showed
knows?
last night,
Maybe not.
they looked like they played like how I said, they looked like they played together for years last night. They were able to fight off. Lakers came from, I think it was like 10 points down, actually got it, I think, either to a 2-point or tie game, and they shook that off and brought it right back up to a 10-point lead. Like, you usually need chemistry or
Yeah.
some type of
Yeah.
like connection to be able to fight that off, because 3/4 of that crowd was Lakers fans. You can hear it. Like, everybody was for the Lakers. It's going to be a Lakers town. It's just like, sorry, Dave, in New York is a Yankees town. They're gonna have more fans out there, because even if it's bandwagon fans, they're gonna have more fans than the Mets.
Yeah,
So the same thing out there in LA. It's gonna be a Laker town. So that crowd was 3/4 Lakers, despite it being a Clippers home game, and that's pretty much winning a road game. To be up 10, blow the lead, and then come right back and win by 10 again. Pretty much a road game. That was super impressive without Paul George. I just have to say.
It was.
So with that said, what are your picks for the NBA Finals?
Man, it's early. It's tough. I mean, I was
You
thinking.
gotta be on
about it.
record. That's why.
I know. I'm gonna go a different route. So I'm gonna go with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Ooh.
I
Wow.
I think
Giannis.
Giannis. Listen, he was.
I like that.
He was
Wow.
one game. What were they? One game away. Listen, I just think. Listen, now that
You know what I thought for a
now
second?
that Kawhi is not there, all right. I just think Giannis is the beast in the East now, man.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I think he's the best player there.
Okay.
Most impact player there. Listen, they were one game away from making it to the
Eastern Conference.
Finals, so they got close. And what he was doing was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That run, that playoff run was unbelievable. And I think they're just going to get better. I think he's going to get better as he ages and matures. In the West, I want to say the Clippers, but I'm still going to go with Golden State. Obviously, they still
That's
have
gonna have a monster year.
they still listen. They still have their monster 2 players. And they just added what's his face? D'Angelo. So that depends on that chemistry too.
But they lost their one of the shooters for a whole season.
So,
They lost the shooter. They
okay,
lost play.
Yeah.
that's right. I forgot about that. But I still think they have to be the favorites. I think they made it to the finals last year. Obviously they didn't win. So, but I'm still going with Golden State right now. So, but it's early. It's early.
I'm gonna go a little in the West. I think it will be the Clippers. The one team that I think can beat them is the team that nobody's gonna pick, and I think that's the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets were up there fighting with the Warriors as the #1, #2 team last year, and I think that year of experience is going to be helpful for them. Not only that, but they're gaining a young player, Michael Porter, who was who was a lottery pick the year before. Super athletic kid. He was a kid that I know the Knicks and the Bulls fans both wanted when he was drafted. And now he's completely recovered from his injury, and you just insert him into that lineup. That's just another athletic piece for them. I think the Denver Nuggets are going to be right up there again,
Yeah,
either
they're
first or second in the West. So I think
They're looking good, and
everybody wanted to say the Lakers are going to be the toughest test for the Clippers. No, I think it'll be the Denver Nuggets. I think they're the team. And one other team that I think also will be better than the Lakers, the Portland Trail Blazers, because Dame Lillard he now has some pieces with him. Before it was always Lillard and McCollum. Now they actually have some big men. We saw Jokic and not Jokic. We saw the kid the center that got hurt last year at the end of the year. That was a huge loss to them. And I think we trump Nurkic. So him, and now they have pieces now that I think he has help, and I think that's what he needed. And over in the East, I want to pick Boston because I do like their team. I'm a big fan of Kemba Walker.
I am too.
But I'm going to have to still say the 76ers. I think the 76ers, if Embiid was fully healthy, they would have made the finals last year. And that's always going to be a question with them. Can Embiid stay healthy? Now, the one difference that I think this year is Embiid can sit out some games this year because they have Al Horford. Al Horford can play in that center spot that Embiid plays in. So Embiid doesn't have to take as much punishment. We saw Kawhi rest for 20, 25 games last year. We can see Embiid do the same thing now this year because he doesn't have to be the only man in the middle. Now they have Horford. They still have Tobias Harris there. And now Simmons is trying to see if he can extend the court a little bit. They have shooters. So I think they're that type of team that if they're healthy at the end of the year, I think that them versus Boston will be the Eastern Conference Finals in my opinion. And I think that the Sixers just have a little bit more because Boston, they're so young. And the Sixers are young too, but they have a little bit more experience now. So I would actually pick the Sixers to play in the NBA Finals against the Clippers. And in the Finals, I would actually pick the Clippers. I still gotta pick the Clippers. I just think they're a really good team. Who would you pick to win in your NBA Finals?
If I had to pick now, I'll pick the Warriors. I'll pick the Warriors right now.
Warriors back on top.
I think so.
All right. So now that our NBA picks are out there, you can make fun of us if they're completely wrong, or you can tell your friends if we're completely right. Now we got to move on to another big part of this. Excuse me. We got to move on to the NFL season. Tomorrow, we have a big game tomorrow. Redskins versus the Vikings. Redskins are just trying to stay out of the bottom, but they're changing their quarterback every week. Looks like Case Keenum will get the second straight start, so he's there. Minnesota Vikings, they seem to have woken up recently. I think they're 5-2. Kirk Cousins is playing much better. Although I said it was because he was playing bad defenses, and he's still continuing to play bad defenses this week. That run's going to stop in a week or two, by the way. But for right now, you still roll with Kirk Cousins, and he's playing well. Is there any chance that the Redskins have to win this game tomorrow?
Do they have to win or they do?
No, is there any chance that they can win?
Oh, okay. I don't think so. I mean, listen, like you said before, Minnesota's red hot right now. I mean,
Dalvin Cook's the MVP candidate.
Forget it. I mean,
They
running the
don't
ball,
have Thielen, though.
passing, so
Thielen will be out.
yeah, but Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson. Who's this Johnson guy? Man, he just came out and all of a sudden, I mean, they're putting it together.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is spreading the ball around.
Right.
I mean, he's looking like that quarterback, that Minnesota signed to run their offense.
Yeah. They'll be disappointed tomorrow.
And obviously the Vikings, their defense obviously is one of those top defenses in the NFL. So they're just rolling, and I think they're going to steamroll against the Redskins. So, like you said before, the Redskins, there's just a lot of inconsistency, especially with the quarterback position, which we talked about in the past, is obviously the most important position on your football team in order to command your offense. When you keep changing the quarterback, every week, I mean, it's just not, there's no consistency there.
I agree.
So, and I think that's just a big disruption to your offense and to your team.
I agree with that. And I don't think the Redskins have any chance to win. I don't even think they'll be within 10 points. I didn't even look at the spread of this game, but I'm assuming it has to be probably around 2 touchdowns. And I think the Vikings will cover that. So I think this should be pretty much another big game for Kirk Cousins. I think he's going to hit up Stephon Diggs for at least 1 touchdown. He may get one to Kyle Rudolph. I think Dalvin Cook is going to run wild. So this one could get ugly. Like, people always try to find an excuse to bash Thursday Night Football. They're going to get their reasons. They're going to get their reasons tomorrow. That's going to be bad. But I want to get that part out of the way because we got some exciting topics for football. We heard through the whole telecast this past week, Patriots have the top defense in football. We heard Tessitore just say it, just run it down our throats. The Patriots have a great defense. Can you stop this defense? You can't pass on this defense. Can't run on this defense. Do the Patriots have the number one defense in the sport right now?
I don't know if they have the number one defense. I know they have a good defense. Probably one of the top defenses in the league. So you still have good defenses like we talked about. With Denver, with Minnesota. So Carolina's defense looks really good this year also, which some people forget to talk about.
We're gonna forget to talk about. Nobody talks about my Titans, yo.
Titans defense. So
they don't even allow points. They don't even allow 15 points per game. Yo, they still don't get the respect.
But top defense, I wouldn't say that right now, but definitely one of the top defenses in the league. So.
Right.
Who?
Patriots. So,
well, didn't they add it?
What?
Didn't they add it a player?
What, this past week? They
yesterday.
What? No, that's on offense.
No. He's talking about the safety from Detroit, right?
Quadra Diggs.
Yeah,
The safety.
Was it him?
I thought Quadra Diggs went to the other team.
I thought it was Muhammad.
Yeah, he didn't go.
They got Emmanuel Sanders.
I thought they got Muhammad.
The Lions got Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on offense, the Patriots traded a second-round pick.
Fuck the Patriots.
Yeah.
All right.
They traded a second-round pick to get Mohamed Sanu, the wide receiver for the Falcons.
All right, we're talking too much about the Patriots. Let's fucking move on.
All right, so let me get it out of the way. I don't think the Patriots are a top 5 defense. I think they're a top 10 defense. But they haven't played anybody. They haven't played any great offenses.
No.
And they went against the Jets twice. They went against the Giants. They went against the Buffalo Bills. They're playing against teams that they should blow out. So and they shouldn't give up much points to. So yes, I'll say they're a good defense. They're a top 10 defense, but calling them the top number 1 defense in the league, I think is completely just out of hand. I think that's just ESPN just want to push their.
Well, they're undefeated too, so I can see how they're translating. They're undefeated. Their defense, their offense.
So is the Niners.
Yeah, exactly. And they do have a better.
But
defense.
I was about to say
The Niners got a defense.
They do.
Yeah.
Have
my opinion.
They do.
I failed to mention them too. So
Their defense is good.
They're not the top defense.
So with that said, now we go to this trade deadline. The trade deadline is next Tuesday, the 29th. And a couple people have already been moved. We talked about Mohamed Sanu again, traded for a second-round pick. We talked about to the Patriots. We talked about Emmanuel Sanders getting traded. So teams are starting to move a couple pieces now. First of all, who should get moved? Who is somebody that you would identify around the league that you say they need to be traded? I think the Giants need to trade a couple people. Get draft picks and start over. You trade Janoris Jenkins.
Yep.
You trade Ogletree. You trade players like that.
They're probably not.
Solder, whatever his name is.
They should. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said they should be traded.
Yeah.
I don't expect them to be traded, but they should be because if you can get a 3rd-round pick for Janoris and you can get even a 4th-round pick for Ogletree, that's 2 more picks that you'll be able to add to your young defense next year because the defense has to be changed over.
No, it does. It does have to be rebuilt. So I mean, I'll be honest. I haven't really given it much thought. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of people that you can trade out there. Nate Solder has been a disappointment also. So
and I've heard a rumor about him possibly being traded too.
Well, hopefully they do then. So because I think he's dead weight on that line.
The team, I've actually the same team that you've been talking with for the past year, the Cleveland Browns. I heard if they don't get Trent Williams, that that's somebody, Nate Solder, maybe somebody that they identify trade for. So you may be working with the Browns again on another trade.
No, maybe get rid of Danny Dimes.
Or what? It's trade rumors about Odell right now.
I don't think they're trading Odell. But regarding
Get rid of Danny Dimes.
Already? But regarding some people that will be definitely talked about, how about Cam Newton? Cam Newton right now is in a situation where he hasn't been benched, but he's right now almost 100%. And there's some people that don't want him back because Mr. Allen is 4-0 as a starter. Like, you don't want to change somebody that's completely changed their team. They didn't win any games with Cam, and now they go to the backup, and he's making no money, so you can add to other parts of the team. He's making $1 million while Cam's making $25 million or whatever million. So that's a lot of money you can spend on other parts of the team. And with Allen there, now McCaffrey's the center of the offense, and we see how good he's doing. Do the Carolina Panthers actually think about trading Cam?
I think so. I mean, I'm reminiscent of the Cowboys, right? With Dak Prescott. And,
He's gonna be.
He's hurt, and then all of a sudden. sudden he took over that offense and just ran with it, and the team just made the team that much better. And that's what this kid seems to be doing, making that impact, playing his role, not doing too much, but just doing what he needs to do. And like you said before, I mean, McCaffrey is probably the best running back this year. I mean, he's killing it. And that's it. I mean, you don't keep a thoroughbred, you know what I'm saying, in the barn, right? You let him loose.
Keep
So
calling
that's
it the
what
white
they're
Marshall
doing.
Fault,
So.
man. That's the white Marshall Fault.
I definitely think you consider it. I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that would definitely entertain that trade and who need a quarterback who, you know, where the quarterback position obviously is not solid. So I think they definitely do. I think he will get traded. You
think he will?
I think he will.
Ooh,
I think he will. So
that'll be a huge one. If he does get traded,
He's gonna go to Washington.
he's not going to Washington. At least I don't think so.
that would be
I think
a
he gets
shocker.
traded. I think he gets traded.
That would be a shocker. To see Cam Newton, a former MVP, still at 31 years old. It's not like he's 38 or 37 like a Breeze or Rock. Still at 31 years old to get traded, that would be a huge story. Who do you think has the balls to pull off something like that?
Maybe Denver? I don't know. I'm thinking of the teams that need a quarterback, right?
Redskins.
Redskins.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be able to pull it off.
Look, that's the thing. You look at teams that need a quarterback, but a lot of those teams that need a quarterback already drafted somebody last
You're right.
year.
You're right.
So like Haskins was drafted last year by the Redskins. Drew Lock was drafted last year by the Denver Broncos. So I'm looking at somebody different. I'm looking at possibly something like a Tampa Bay, where you can trade a Jameis for a Cam Newton. You can throw in whatever draft pick you need to throw in, and Carolina still has a backup just in case something happens with Allen. And then Cam Newton is then now the leader of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's another team that I think is a possibility.
That would be
if
great.
you were to do something, trade Mariota and a pick for Cam, then that's another thing. I think that's the type of situation that could be huge. And those are the type of situations that I look for.
Would you be happy?
Yes.
Oh man, I know
Yes.
you'd be.
I would
He'll be buying all those Superman shirts.
I would be. I'm right on the shelf. Like, I would be. I'm a big Cam Newton fan, so if he was to get traded there, I would be very happy. I personally don't think he will get traded right now. I think if Allen does continue to play better, I think he will get traded in the offseason. But I don't think he's going to get traded now. One other person a couple other people that you got to think about getting traded, and I didn't even think about this. What about Derek Carr?
Yeah,
Derek Carr. The Raiders are not really going anywhere. Gruden's eventually going to want his quarterback. Does he try to go for the draft? Does he try to trade for somebody? Does he just send Carr off and try to get another pick? Like, we've seen them send guys off for picks. We saw them this week send Gary Conlon off, and they got a third-round pick off of their starting cornerback. And we've seen them send Khalil Mack off in the previous last year. So now they're in that situation where they have so many picks, and it's kind of like what the Browns were a couple years ago, where they have like 5 first-round picks. We see Oakland had 3 last year. They have 2 this year. If they trade Derek Carr, they're going to have another 2 first-round picks on top of that. If I'm them, I definitely trade Carr because I don't think Carr is the guy for their future. If you're a Raiders, do you keep Carr?
Man, good question.
It's a tough decision.
It's definitely a tough decision. My gut tells me no. I think they're gonna stay with Carr. He's looking better with that offense. Obviously, he's been trying to get used to that Gruden offense. He's been looking better of late. But like you said before, I mean, with that organization right now, especially with Gruden running it, I mean, anything's possible. So it wouldn't surprise me, but my gut says no.
So with that said, right before we get out of here, we want to talk quickly about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, we already saw the knee get knocked out, dislocated, got popped back in. First it was, all right, he's gonna be out for the season. He's got surgery. Then it's gonna be, all right, he's gonna be back in 3 weeks. I said he's probably gonna be back after the bye in week 13. He came out of nowhere and he practiced today. Now, I think that's a problem. I don't think he should be practicing a week after that because what I've been told is with an injury like that, if you come back too fast, there's a 40% of you re-injuring again. And that's way too high of a percentage for your star quarterback that's young that you could kind of mess up his entire career. I would not try that. So I would and they're in a division with Oakland, who we just talked about, that sucks. The Chargers can't get out of their own way right now. And you also talk about the Denver Broncos who are going on a downhill, and they've already traded away Emmanuel Sanders. So you're not going to worry about the division. He's only going to be out a couple weeks. You have your bye to give you an extra week. What reason would he have to bring him back so quickly?
I don't know.
And it's on Andy Reid if he gets hurt again.
Oh, definitely. I mean, maybe Andy is putting too much trust on Mahomes, because obviously I don't think Mahomes would risk his health for
Future.
something like this, his future. So
His money.
It's
Yeah.
huge. A knee. I mean, obviously, you need your damn knee to move. So maybe he's putting too much trust in that. So I don't think he comes back though. I think that organization is smarter than that. Listen, they have enough offensive weapons to maintain.
Matt Moore's
You
fine.
saw Matt Moore come in, play his role.
That's
He's
why he's
capable.
there.
He's not gonna. He knows he's not Patty Mahomes. He's not gonna try to do what Mahomes is doing.
Exactly. And
He's
they can
just
run the
gonna
ball. They got
manage, and they can
They got McCoy and they got Williams, and then they got the other Williams. They can run the ball.
And they got all their wide receiver weapons.
Tyreek's back.
So I think they'll be fine. I think they'll hold them out. Listen, like you said before, there's no urgency in order for Patty Mahomes to come back.
Somebody made a comment to me today. They said that this feels a lot like RG3 when he came back too early and completely ended his career when he came back for the playoff game. And I hope that Andy Reid, he's been the
Nah, he's smart. He's smart enough.
I hope he's
That's what
smart
I'm
enough to
thinking.
keep him out, because
There's no way I think he would.
if he comes back, and not only that, before he messed up the knee, he had an ankle injury. So he's got an ankle and a knee injury.
Well, what kind of practicing would he do?
Just real quick. Somebody just typed in, is this Pete's Corner? Let him know. Is Pete's Corner and two dudes and a Mexican?
It's a combination. If you turned in at the start of the show, you got your picks for Pete's Corner, and now we progressed into two dudes and a Mexican. So,
Well, one dude in the Mexican.
well, yeah, one
The
dude.
other dude's somewhere in the closet somewhere.
Yeah, he's actually in the closet. He called in. So yeah, for now, that's what it is. But with that said, I just, like I said, I hope it's just not another RG3 moment.
I hope not either.
Because if he comes back and it ruins his career, he's the guy they want to be the face of the league. Like, it completely changed everything.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said before, he hasn't been playing 100%. It's obvious this season. So, some time off might do him good.
Yeah. So with that said, we will be back with you on Sunday. We will see, and for the people that want to criticize our songs, we'll get more consistent with our going on and leaving songs. Just
Let us know what song you want to hear, though. I mean, come on, give us some feedback.
exactly. But we're gonna
Give us some ideas.
It's for the Hispanics.
That's the word for right now. So we'll catch you later. Go subscribe to all the things. We're on 8 different platforms now.
That's it,
Whether
man.
it's
Go
YouTube,
out.
iTunes, Spreaker,
Tell your friends, tell your
all of them.
families, tell everybody.
And
Come on, man.
iHeartRadio.
Everywhere.
Go and subscribe to all of them. Go follow all of them, and we will catch you Sunday. Two dudes and a Mexican and Peace Corner. Peace.
Órale, mi gente, I love you.
Remember, I got a delay.